Alright, guys, so apparently Disney is not gay enough. They're not gay enough. According to the Gay and Lesbians Against Defamation Alliance, they gave Disney a report card, an annual report card. They said that they were insufficient in regards to LGBTQ inclusivity, which, in my opinion, is shocking, right? Considering how it seems that Disney is hell bent on being as gay as possible, okay, being as woke as possible. But we all know in this woke world that we live in, you can never be woke enough, because the woke powers that be, the far left woke revolutionaries, enough is never enough for them, okay, unless they have total power and control and representation. They will always demand more and more and more and more and more, even to the detriment of some of these companies that they are demanding more wokeness from. Like, again, Disney, who has lost a whole lot of money, okay, because they keep incorporating LGBTQ content into their children's content, which parents don't like, okay, they don't like, okay. And this is why you have box office bombs, like, for example, this movie right here, right, Disney's movie about a gay teen. It's like a climate change movie or something like that, some environmental movie, Strange World, lost 147 million, right? This is what happens. You go woke, you go broke, okay? But again, the woke powers that be don't care about that. They don't care that movies like Strange World, Lightyear, okay, like all these other productions from Disney are failing. They're losing money off of them. They are flopping because of the so-called LGBTQ representation that parents don't want their kids to be exposed to in these movies. They don't care, right? Enough is never enough. You have to do more, okay? And that results in articles like this, where you have CBR.com basically demanding the Little Mermaid remake should be wise to honor the story's LGBTQ legacy, aka the Little Mermaid is not woke enough, aka the Little Mermaid is not gay enough, right? It's not gay enough. Now, again, I'm not sure how you come up with an LGBTQ angle for a story that is supposed to be about a mermaid and I guess her love for a prince or whatever, right? I don't remember the story too well. I'm not sure how you can make it more gay, right? You're gonna make Sebastian the Crab gay, right? Who's gonna be gay in this movie, right? That's the question. But again, as you guys remember, the Little Mermaid, Disney decided to race swap her. They decided to make the Little Mermaid black, okay, for whatever reason, okay, for representation purposes. And this faced a whole lot of backlash from fans, because people don't want to see their favorite characters race swap for no reason, right? The Little Mermaid is white, okay? She will always be white. And this black Little Mermaid is not actually the real Little Mermaid, right? It's the fake Little Mermaid. It's the woke Little Mermaid. And I just don't think people appreciate that, because, again, I can imagine that these people would have a problem if you race swapped, for example, Black Panther or Blade or some of these other movies. If you race swap these characters for white guys, I'm sure these people will have a fit. They would melt down, right? They would lose their minds if you did that, okay? But it's totally fine to erase whites, right? But if you erase anybody else and replace them with whites, then you're a racist, you're a bigot. So let's read about this, because this is crazy. Yeah, and this is just not the only website here talking about making the Little Mermaid gay, right? You got other websites too, like the Gay Times, which has reimagined Ariel as a gay man, okay? So they really want to make this story as gay as possible, right? That is what they want to do. Literally. So let's read about this. With another Disney live action remake of an animated classic coming up soon, many fans are buzzing around the new Little Mermaid. There are many aspects of the story that have been talked over, critiqued, and rethought over the 33 years since the iconic Disney animated film hit theaters. There is, however, one popular aspect that could help the new film succeed if it is addressed. Ever since the original story was penned by Hans Christian Andersen in 1837, The Little Mermaid has been a symbol of the LGBTQIA experience, with both the story and the movie being widely accepted by the community and often read as an allegory thereof. Okay, so if they're saying that Disney needs to make the movie more gay for it to be successful. That is objectively not true, right? That is objectively wrong, okay? I just pointed out a few examples of every time Disney goes woke, they go broke, okay? If you want the movie to fail, yeah, put some LGBTQ in there if you want it to fail. I already think there's going to be questions about how good this movie's going to do because they already done race swapped. They erased the real Little Mermaid, right, and replaced it with a black girl. Yeah, I think there are going to be questions about whether or not people want to actually going to see it, okay? Because we already know that it's going to be woke just from, you know, the trailer, the way it's been presented. Again, if you throw an LGBTQ aspect in there, I'm pretty sure that is going to guarantee that it flops, right? It's going to guarantee that it flops. It's been theorized that Hans Christian Andersen wrote The Little Mermaid while struggling with his unrequited love for another man, Edvard Collin. In this case, his relationship with Collin somewhat resembled the relationship between the mermaid and the prince in the story. With that context in mind, The Little Mermaid can be read as an allegory for various LGBTQIA experiences, including being transgender, with the mermaid's tail becoming legs. Wow. Again, that reminds me of I don't know if this guy was a priest or what. It reminds me of the people that say Jesus was transgender, right? Because Jesus had his holy wounds, okay? And they said that, well, the holy wounds look like a vagina, right? So therefore, that can be interpreted as Jesus being transgender. Again, the stuff these people come up with is absolutely insane, okay? They will wokeify anything using the absolute silliest logic ever. Most directly, the mermaid's assignment to win over the prince, who sees her as only a friend in the fable, easily parallels the tragically silent experiences with queer love in the 1830s. While the idea flew under the surface for centuries, in the modern era, the internet has become widely aware of this interpretation. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly where this comes from. I don't claim to be an expert in the origins of the Little Mermaid story. Okay, so some of you guys in the comment section that are more educated on this than me can, you know, educate me on whether or not this is actually true. Okay, was the original story inspired by some gay experience that the author was having? Disney's The Little Mermaid from 1989 is treated by many as a modern update of the story. While in the original dark fable, the mermaid loses her prince to another woman and dies tragically. The Disney movie changed the story so that Ariel and Prince Eric live happily ever after. In this case, Ariel is fully adopted by the human community and her voice is restored. The film has been noted by some as problematic from the LGBTQI angle for designing the iconic villain Ursula after the drag queen Divine. Still, for many LGBTQIA youth, Ariel's sweet longing to be part of their world and being granted her wish speak to a happy ending that is often denied to them. Yeah, I feel like there's a whole lot of finesse and mental gymnastics going on here to make this an LGBTQ thing. I don't really think that it is, right? This to me sounds like finesse, okay? And I didn't know that Ursula was I guess, modeled or designed after a drag queen. Again, I'm not sure about that either. Again, something I would have never thought about until I read this woke article, right? While many of Disney's remakes have received criticism for being unnecessary updates, they have also provided an opportunity to address historic inequities in past projects, whether it be The Crows in Dumbo or the whitewashing of Aladdin. The remakes have attempted to give more opportunities for representation to the Disney canon. However, the LGBTQIA representation in the Disney franchise has only been lightly tapped. Lightly tapped, right? Again, this is their interpretation. It's been lightly tapped according to them. To me, it's everywhere, right? It's in our face. You can't get it. You can't get enough of it, right? It's too much of it. It's too much of it. While 2017's Beauty and the Beast caused some flurry with the decision to give LeFou a boyfriend, most fans agreed that such representation was not quite enough. I wonder who are most fans, right? Who are these most fans these people are talking about? It can't be the ones that are going to the movies watching it, because again, every time Disney wokeifies their movies, they throw this stuff in there. People say, oh, I'm not gonna go see it, right? The movie flops. Fans were also annoyed that Frozen 2 did not, as hoped, give Elsa a girlfriend. This is insane. This is absolutely insane. Yeah, I mean, these people are literally complaining that Disney lacks meaningful LGBTQ representation in an era where I think that most reasonable people probably think that Disney's going too far with it. It just shows you how far apart we are, right? That we are living in two different worlds, right? We sharing country with people who are not living in the same reality, right? They're simply just not living in the same reality. They are delusional, okay? And delusion is how you get articles like this. There's no possible way that a sane person could believe that Disney needs more LGBTQ representation. I think they actually need less. Okay, and that's going to be good for their bottom line if they actually did that. But I don't have faith in Disney to actually do what's best for shareholders or investors right now, because again, apparently the only people that matter, the only people that they're trying to please is the woke mob, who can never be pleased. You can never be woke enough. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.